Hello and welcome to the Sorare Data Show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdnho on Sorare. That intro is a banger. I'm sorry. It's all like, it's a banger. We're going to keep it. Simple as that. There might be a different outro music today, though, at least different from what you just heard. So stay tuned all the way to the end for that. Or if you want to just skip ahead, if you're watching this back, I guess you could do that. But anyway, limited time only today. To answer a question that was in the chat before we started, Mike said, what's happening with Monday's topic? Do over next Monday or out of date by then? This was Monday's topic. It was limited time only, but it's a little different now because we have results and I didn't have them because of the extra game week. Excuse me, the extra day of the game week. Not that the game week was over on Monday, but there were important things that needed to happen on Tuesday night, and they did. Sorry, my camera's a little off here. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming in. Hatling in, Bob Franklin, and Stefan. Technically on the podium right now. Hatling in said, does this count as a podium? It's all that shows up on mine. And I know that there were a few people who commented when I had this posted on Monday. And YouTube does this weird thing where they just kind of like get rid of it sometimes. So apologies for the people who are in for that. But looks like Hatling and Bob and Stefan on the podiums today. Toby, what's up? ZM Star, big up to Harry. Laird Magic about to happen. I hope so. Big up to Harry Trades. Winning basically the opposite of what you can do on limited time only, and winning Yamal Super Rare Celebration card, no less. It's amazing. And the video of Harry opening it is also incredible. Go either to his YouTube channel and check that out, or he put it on Twitter as well. It's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, congrats, Harry. GG's. TJ, what's up? Red or Dead? Where are we? Yatza. Sean Thorpe, buzzing for the Champs League tonight. Was tempted to buy the subscription to watch the games, but think I'll watch Quinny and Harry instead. Are they going all the way through, or are they just doing the deadline show? I thought they were just doing like essentially a deadline show. Since we know all the lineups, everyone's like, oh, it's late swap. But it's really just rolling lock. And all the games are at the same time. So don't think that like what happens today is an easy indicator of what happens when we do this on a regular game week. So we'll see. Carrie, what's up? Let's go finally catching a live one. Not finally. You've caught them plenty before, Carrie. Fabio Barbosa, hello from Portugal. Let's go Benfica. I've always been a bit of a sporting guy, although the way they unceremoniously let Adan go, and so I don't know how I feel about that. Jao, what's up? Jao, I thought you were a sporting fan. I don't know, actually, if you're a sporting fan. Rico Mon is. Where is Adan these days? Sure as hell ain't playing, but like, well, what's going on? What's up? Agent Cooper, what would you rather, get 100 successive podiums in limited competitions or a Lamine Yamal Celebration Super Rare card? Give me the 100 successive. For sure. For sure. Although if they are the podiums like I won this weekend, maybe I do want the Yamal. Maybe. The Rigamon Herd Sporting. That's great. Herd Sporting, and I'm here. Oh, and Jao said, I'm from FC Porto. Okay. All right. Sorry. My bad. Anyway, so the original title of this show, like this episode, excuse me, was Long Road Ahead, something like that. And the reason for that is my Challenger cards are a disaster. And I don't know if I'll get out, which is a big problem, particularly because I am not in Division 1 and I pretty much need to be in Division 1 with at least one lineup for me to be successful in this endeavor. But while I was lamenting my Challenger struggles, I had a decent result in contender. And the more that I go through this, really, the more I wonder if I should play Challenger at all. Harry mentioned on a stream, it might have been the one with Quinny from this past weekend. They talked about DNPs a little bit. I haven't been able to watch the whole thing yet. but he called himself like a challenger boy. And maybe I'm just not made out for challenger. My results tell the story that I'm not made out for it. And ZM Star said MLS is calling you, Laird, as I sold another MLS Super Rare today. MLS makes more sense to me, even though I don't like love single league competitions, but it does, that one does make sense to me. It's bigger, it has more parity. And parity is kind of the reason I like Contender so much, because there are just so many more options, and there's not like a single dominant team, no matter what you say about Necaxa. There are plenty of teams that can compete with them sometimes, but I don't know. So let's just like quickly review. I can't remember if I ended up showing my my lineup builds anywhere on stream, since I don't do like regular lineup builds. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull it up here. Here we go. So I made 3 in-season lineups for this past game week. I was in Division 2, Division 3, and in two Division 3s. So 1 Division 1, 2 Division 3s. One of which was relegated last week, and I can't remember why. So it felt like I had a good shot at being promoted, at least on Friday when I set the lineups. So my top lineup was a Ghent defensive stack. They were away to Leuven. So I had Davy Rofe and Tsuyoshi Watanabe. I played Omri Gandelman at my midfield spot. I was basically choosing between Gandelman. Now that I'm looking, why the I was choosing between Gandelman, Elouadi, who I played in Division 3, one of the Division 3s, and Delor Sniper. I didn't want to play Haspelat at home against Genk in that top lineup. But why did I not play Vanaken there? Why did I not do that? That seems like a giant mistake. And I agree, Toby. Why wasn't he there? I don't know. So I joined. So I had Gandelman. I had Angel Di Maria as my captain forward, and Mats Kohlert as the extra. Toby said that looks like a brain fart. I agree. I think no, because I was sure Vanaken was going to play. Like Bruges were going to rotate a ton. You know what it was? No, it wasn't that. I had Jashari somewhere. I think I had Jashari actually in this Gandelman spot. And I hate to admit this, I think I made this lineup before I bought Vanaken. And maybe I just didn't throw him in. I don't know. That was a mistake. That's a mistake. So Division 3, Mike Penders and Matt Smets from Genk, Vanaken captain, Stoikers and Elouadi. So basically a Genk stack with Vanaken captain. And then in my other Division 3 lineup, this is Lime. Let's see. It was Lemon in D2. I can't. Where's my mouse? There we go. Kumquat in D3, which Mike says more like a Sven Kumquat. I should rename it that. And then Division 3 here, Lime, Barkas, and El Korani from Utrecht, Haspelat, Andre Gudjonsen, maybe from Ghent, and Delor Sniper from Ghent. And so that's what I went with. And I played, a few random ones in Classic. That's the Kayembe, my Veer Giver from Utrecht. These are all just kind of like leftover cards. Nick Olai from Sparta. They were against AZ, so I played him in Classic. I kind of just consider Classic these are throwaway lineups, honestly. And this basically turned into a disaster. I'm going to show it on Sorare because, oh no, I'm not. Oh yeah, because it doesn't show like exactly what I want to show. We have it on our mobile app, but not on our not on the legacy web app, if you will. So for Challenger, here we go. So this lineup got me a 2-star box. This is the Division 2 one. I finished in the top 15%, 397. Gandelman didn't start, which makes the Vanaken. I don't know why I did that. I really don't. I think he was also pretty set to start and then did not. But I got a 2-star box. I assume from this 2-star box, I got a 1 essence, maybe. Who knows? I opened it already. I don't even remember. And then Vanaken didn't play. As I keep saying, like, I should have played Vanaken here. Vanaken was ill and didn't play, and I got relegated. And this says 1 point to safety. I think I was actually, we have it on our app. I think I sent the screenshot to Harry once when I saw it. Where is this lineup? Challenger in season. Here we go. I was relegated by 0.16. If you guys can see this, it's 16 100ths of a point I was relegated by. I assume I was the first lineup relegated, which now means I have 2 Division 3 lineups and 1 Division 2, making this extremely difficult to come out of. And then my other Division 3 lineup finished top 25%. I got a 2-star box. El Korani smashed, and in a 1-1 draw with Heracles, which is kind of embarrassing. And so now I'm at this point here where I go to like add in my winnings, and it's just nothing. I've still only placed in it. I've won 2 cash rewards, 3 cash rewards for a total of $60 with 93 cards. Now, granted, not all of these cards are going to produce wins on their own. Like, most of them are collections, because it's Ghent, Genk, Utrecht, and Sparta, 5% collections. But it's I don't know how I'm going to get there without getting, and obviously, like, I have to keep playing in order to get to Division 1, but I don't think that there's really any chance for me to get my money back, my $310, without a high finish in Division 1. And so I've got some work to do, and I don't know. We'll see. What do I have? I think I made my lineups for this weekend. What are we at? 50 is this weekend? Yeah. I haven't even made my lineups yet for that. So maybe we'll do that at the end. Anyway, so yeah, that one's, I think you're finding the problem with Challenger, the manager. I think I think that one was my fault. And obviously, like, Vanaken, like, that lineup probably gets relegated. Well, I don't know if it gets relegated anyway, but we'll see. Agent Cooper said, Challenger competitions are definitely the hard mode of SO5. Contender is not easy, but parity is the perfect word for it. There's no one dominant team. Celtic are the closest, but not game breaking. Yeah, I think that's what it is. They probably become a little more breaking depending on how Jota does. I don't know. We'll see. Johanneton said, for what it's worth, there's news in Israel that Ghent may need money and might cash out on Omri this window. I mean, is what it is. Toby said, I was 0.02 away from second, kind of painful, but I can swallow it since it's still my first podium, of course, with the lowest priority champ in season lineup. Yeah, we never win what we like, the ones we want to win, right? It's like the lineups that we don't expect to win. And on that topic, let me see if I can separate these out. Yeah, here we go. Champ, classic. Here's contender. So I had 2 contender in-season lineups this game week. It was basically a Tigres stack with a River Plate player and a Necaxa stack with a Tigres player and a Firth player, which is a little weird, I know, saying that. So not the issue, but for those of you who were here for the first show that I did, like, the River Plate collection in limited did pretty well for me. but they are now these are now classic cards. At least this Armani, he's the only one I used from that collection, I believe. Yeah. So I'm kind of in this situation now where I'm trying to play contender with Liga MX cards for the most part. And I have some classic cards like, as you see, this Hergoda, and I have like a Daniele Verde and whatever it is. But I considered YOLOing into another River Plate collection or a Racing collection or or Boca, like one of the Argentina teams that just came out in order to compete in contender in season. And I'm not sure it's worth the spend yet. I'll put it that way. And I'm not somebody who generally tries to play full five team stacks. So in terms of like XP, I'm not overly concerned. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a collection event of some kind, like they did with the Neon Christmas that made me YOLO into the Genk and Ghent and Utrecht collections of like, buy one card, 50% is special edition, or you get another card, whatever it is, in order to kind of reduce the cost in order to get a 5% collection. I do feel these days that it is tremendously detrimental to buy into a collection that only has like one player that you want to play. And I kind of had that on the rare side with Marvin Vonacek, that I don't really want a full collection of KSC, but I know there's some people who do it. And that means that my Vonacek is not as powerful. But anyway, Tigres and Necaxa are kind of the ones that I'm going on right now. I think I only have 3% collections on these. There was something about it that I just didn't want to go all in. You know what it was? Neither of them have enough players to get to 5% before 90 days. So I'm at 3% right now with 300 collection points. I need to get to 500 in order to get to 4%. That's on Tigres, and Necaxa is probably around the same, if not lower. Yeah, this one's only 2%. Like I only have 4 cards. And it's like I probably should get this to 3% at least. I need 90 more collection points. And maybe that would have made a difference. Actually, wouldn't have made a difference this game week, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. And the ease at which you can just get a collection makes me wait, actually, to be honest. Like that's what's a little interesting about it. Like if I wanted to do a Racing collection, let's see. Like the most expensive player now is $22. Like that's like 4 players that are over $18. And so it's just not that cheap because obviously it's early and whatnot. And I'm just not sure there's a huge benefit to getting these guys now. And so Jow says I have to buy a James Rodriguez. So I actually think that James is wildly overpriced. And as you'll see in these lineups, I have 4 midfielders in these 2 lineups. Fernando Gorriarán, Juan Brunetta, Augustin Palavecino, and Jose Paradella. And I think all of them are better than James right now. I think you can make the argument that James's ceiling could be higher, but I think that there's more hopium in that than anything else. There's really no reasonable argument that James should be as expensive as he is. And I guess there's a scarcity issue in terms of the fact that he doesn't have that many cards, but he's moving to a new league. He hasn't played regular football literally in years, like in terms of being like a regular starter for every game. And Leon ain't even that good. And so I'm just not convinced that spending the money on James will result in enough points to justify the cost. Now, granted, I am doing this mostly on a on like I've seen the rare prices, but like, I mean, nobody's going to pay $100 right now, but last sale of 77 and on limited side, like I guess $12 isn't that bad. But like, I think I paid a quarter of that for Brunetta and Gorriaran, thanks to market credits. Yeah, like I paid half of 760. Like it's not like I even like that was my um like the total price, not including the market credit. And so yeah. Jow said James doesn't have a lot of A, but has 3 decisives in 3 games and is in season. Yeah, I mean, as we'll see, Pallavicino had 3 decisives this past game week, and he's in season. And they lose in season utility just as at the same time. Excuse me. So anyway, Jesus Angulo is kind of the big question mark of these two lineups, and not the reason why I built them the way I did, although they kind of are. But Tigres were away to Chivas, and Necaxa were away to San Luis. They basically had the same win percentage. So I guess you can make the argument that they had kind of a very similar situation in terms of, opportunities. This is showing 4% win percentage for Calidio, who plays for River Plate, which I think it was, but this is backwards, surely. Like River Plate were favorite in this game, and Hergoda was obviously a close to 40%. So the Angulo is Tigres' starting left back, but he missed the first game for, I don't remember even what Garza's first name is. Apologies to him. Jesus. Should remember that. Anyway, Jesus Garza has been starting at left back. The problem with Jesus Garza, at least on Sorare, is that he has midfielder cards. He threw that in our face by getting decisives in basically every game he plays. But I was not fully confident that Angulo was going to start. And so in my top lineup, which is Division 2 here, I have Guzman, Javier Aquino, who's the right back for Tigres, Fernando Gorriaran, and Juan Brunetta. And then I played Facundo Calidio from River Plate. And then in Division 3, I played Ezekiel Unsane from Necaxa. Necaxa basically don't have a starting center back or starting defender with in-season cards. I don't think. Does Ontiveros have them? Now that I've said that. He's dreadful anyway. Ontiveros. Isn't that his name? Sorry. Alan Montez, who I had, has been benched. Alexis Pena doesn't have in-season cards. And basically, it's not even worth looking at the other guys. They're terrible. So I played Angulo here. Tigres and Necaxa had double game weeks because of the extended schedule. Otherwise, they would have been midweeks. And I was hopeful that Angulo would start one of the 2 games. And he did not start the first game, which obviously put some pressure on whether he was going to start the second one. And he did start last night, which helped. I played, and then Pallavicino, captain, Paradella, and Hergoda. Mike, I do not have a POV. And part of the reason I don't have a POV is I find the in-season, like contender forwards are generally awful. And I would rather use a classic forward, meaning the in-season, the contender forwards who have in-season cards are generally awful. And the ability to use a classic card in season, I'm just going to use it from my classics. Excuse me, I'll use a forward classic. So when Cecilia comes back or Takashi Usami, like guys like that. And this is why I use Hergoda. So looking at results from this past game week of these 2 lineups, and I don't think I messed these up. Oops, sorry, wrong game week there. Here we go. So I was in Division 3 and 4. I think they're showing 2 and 3 now because they both got promoted. But I was in 3 and 4. So Division 3, I got top 8%, won a 3-star box. Yay. Guzman So basically, Tigres were terrible in their first game, including Brunetta, and they smashed last night. Guzman got the clean sheet. Aquino was great. Goriron. Clearly, the Brunetta captain would have been nice. He scored 104 with my bonus. What did he get total? 95.6. And in Division 4, Pallavicino smashed his face off. Got I think he scored 111 uncapped. 111, 110.6. Yeah, 111. Paradella scored. Hergoda scored. Angulo finally played a full game, and they got a clean sheet. And I finished second for $55, which is comical that you could beat that many people and win $55, but that's what you get. And the only reason I didn't finish first is because the person who finished ahead of me, Fozzie FC here, had Brunetta captain and was nowhere near. And Franco Petroli had like a 90 something. What did he score? 90, just under 92 Tuesday night. And came out of nowhere and beat me. And the only thing that makes me feel okay about this is I lost by 25 points almost. And so collection bonus wouldn't have mattered, which makes me feel okay. So we can at least go to our trusty spreadsheet here and put in another win, which is really nice to do because I was unable to do it on the Challenger one. So let's see here. We'll go to limited. There we go. Now I'm wondering if this is the spreadsheet I actually used. Hold on. Maybe it is. So we had Angulo 55, Guzman 55, Paradella 55, Pallavicino 55, and Hergoda I don't even have in here because I almost don't think not that it doesn't count, but it feels like it doesn't count. And so this Tigres collection is turning out to be quite nice. Does this count? Z. No, it doesn't. Sorry, I got to change the formula a little bit. So far, sorry, I thought that was my amount that I spent. So I spent $68 on these cards. I really thought I got some of these with a market credit, but I guess not. And I'll even just hide the game weeks. These are the ones that I won rare rewards with. So it's not like I'm even winning like that much, but we're getting there and it feels like it's a win. I mean, surely it's a win. $68 I spent and I've won, 55 here, 40 the week before. This Guzman, like the Guzman Angulo combo is just churning. Agent Cooper said, "Has it feel Laird being promoted to Division 3, knowing there's only going to be 3 divisions anyway very soon?" It just makes me feel like better about how quickly I'll move up. So that, like, I feel better about that. It is what it is. So these 2 River Plate cards at the top, which actually I guess I was wrong. I have not won much. I guess it was the rare ones I won. But the River Plate ones are now they're no longer in season. Paulo Diaz doesn't even play anymore. I'll probably use Armani in some in-season lineups. Mike said, so the TLDR is contenders funding the Challenger disaster. I think you're totally like, actually that though. Actually that. Mike said, would Diber have scored more than Hergoda? Why not get one to at least have the option? Looks like you're pigeonholing your strategy by not having the option of an in-season Diber, Caicedo, and Classic forward. I just don't think he's very good. And I say that after he scored 2 goals this past. Did he score 4 goals this game? 3 total? Like, I think he's fine. I have him in rare. Yeah, 3 goals this game week. Maybe I should. Maybe I should add one. $4. My God. No instant buys, huh? That's weird. But yeah, Toby, I think it's churning pretty nicely. Did you get a quarta? I have not yet, no. Peyton said, have you done something similar in terms of tracking at the rare level? I have. But this is limited time only. But yes, I have it here. And I've the big difference here is that I had a big win in rare. I won $1,000 in, I can't remember what game week it is. So like I've kind of already made my money back on those. And I guess for a contender at least, like, man, these River Plate cards are just such a stain. But if we, oh, wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I mess that up? It wasn't the Tigris ones that are 55. Hold on. Angulo was not 55. Or Angulo was, but it wasn't Guzman. It was Unseen. There we go. And I got that Ezekiel Unseen card for $4. And it just helped me win 55. So this Kleinhansel card I bought as part of the Neon Special that I was supposed to play in, and it was supposed to play in the Neon Specialist competition. Is like the only one that's actually, that and Cecilia, which I bought late. And even Cecilia helped me win $30 at one point. But it's kind of just like a small, it's not even a collection. And it seems to be working out. And this is why that's why I love Contender so much. And so really like the thought is like, do I just keep riding Tigres and Necaxa as far as I can go? And Necaxa is really just Unsane, Paradella, Pallavicino. And maybe I get Cambindo. I called him Caicedo earlier. Sorry. Diber Cambindo. Bindo? I don't know. But really the important thing here is that Pallavicino and Paradella are just too good for Liga MX. And so my hope, do I have Brunetta here? Oh, I don't have, I think I must have bought Brunetta late, so that's why I don't have it in here. So I have to add another $6 for Brunetta or whatever I paid for that card. Was it Gorioran or Brunetta that I looked up before? So, okay, yeah. So what's funny is like this one hasn't won me anything yet. Maybe the right Liga MX combo is Tigres back line. Oh, Gorioran's fine. Tigres back line or defensive stack. Pallavicino, Paradella, whoever. Best forward in Contender. I don't even know who that is. Oops. Contender forwards. Yeah, Berardi. But it's kind of like, do I even need Berardi? Like if I'm yielding like I have, do I even need Berardi? Do I need, well, Fitz is gone. I have Cecilia, actually. Like, can I get by without it? And it feels like I can. I have Usami. Like, let's see what I got in terms of Contender forwards. So Ibanez is a collection piece. I'll have to update this, the the spreadsheet, but like Colidio I play, Cecilia, Usami, Daniele Verde, Hergoda, Tony Watt, Pablo Barrera on his day is fine. Toby said Cecilia, Usami, Hergoda is pretty solid. Yeah, like I think it's enough. Mike said, why do River go through so many players even when they're good? Is it that they sign them to cheap-ass contracts because of the allure of it being River, and then when they need Tomcat up, they dump them? I'm surprised Colidio is still there. Yeah, and Fitz if he stays, you're right. Yes, so it's kind of like, do I really need anyone else? If I basically have two goalies, two in-season goalies, and yeah, I forgot Schmidt. I guess this is official, huh? Where is he now? Nagoya. So I have a in-season Daniel Schmidt. So now I have three in-season goalies through at least May. Yep, and Tony, of course. That's a Jerseyman Tony Watt card, by the way. So I have those guys. Defender is just kind of guys that work with that. Well, I guess I don't have anybody to play with Unsane because Montez doesn't play anymore. But like I have Aquino and Angulo, who are the Tigres fullbacks who score better than their in-season. Like Henrique doesn't have a in-season card. And these guys are just worthless to me. I think I bought LGP and I played him once and he didn't actually play. And then Gorriaran, Brunetta, Pallavicino, and Paradella. I won Batterino a while ago, or crafted him. Lyle Cameron's actually not bad. Matinho, part of my Sparta collection, is now at Basel. So it seems like why not just keep playing? Quarta to play with Unsane in your set. How much is he now? His first rares are like absurd. $13. Like, do I need to spend $13 on a defender? And it's $13 for like the Fiorentina version that runs out. Like 29. He's great. Don't get me wrong. I know it sounds weird to be like, really? Do I really need to spend for these points? But like, do I? I don't like the idea of buying Toby said he got him for 6. Like where? 12? That's a good buy. I guess it makes sense to, I don't know. I don't like the idea of buying just like one-off guys from collections I probably should have anyway. Like the River Plate collection is like worth buying into probably, or Racing. Joe says try Cali Izquierdos. Oops. Cali from Lannis. Like that's fine, but if he doesn't have in-season cards, does he? Yeah, like that's not good enough. These scores are not good enough for my one classic card. Navarro from Talleres. I don't see anybody from Talleres. Here it is. Miguel. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Looks like what everybody thought POV should be. But again, do I want to use a... Then I have to get an in-season forward. Toby said, can just get like Matheson or Tomiak or someone like that from Bundes too. I could. I'm trying to be very strategic in terms of ensuring my players play at the same time. And that's sort of the benefit of one of the huge benefits of collections is that guys will be playing at the same time. Because, when you're on the same team, you get to play at the same time. So is this game week? Yeah, game week 50. Let's make some lineups for this weekend. Let's see what we got. Let's stay in contender because contender makes us happy. Until I'm about to see that I don't have any lineups this weekend. Okay. Tigres. Oh, it's not going to be a good one. Tigres away to Toluca and Necaxa away to Monterrey. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. But we still go Guzman, and probably Angulo. So do we play the Tigres stack? Andres Fernandez is screaming clean sheet, but he's also screaming, I'm a classic card. I hate that. I feel like I'm forcing myself into stacking, but it's also probably the right move. This is the better matchup. Tigres at Toluca as opposed to Necaxa at Monterrey. Although it was Pumas. That's who it was. So how's Monterrey done? They leaking goals. So they gave up 3 at home to Pachuca and 1 against Toluca. So, I guess they give up goals. Or have been, who knows. But if I do the Tigres stack, and then I have a forward, Daniele Verde, home against, who is that? Cremonese. Hergota's got a bit of a tough matchup. Calidios is okay. Those are pretty much the only guys I'm really considering. Bobsy said, have they said anything about if new Mexican in-season cards are coming? What do you mean by new? Like new players or like a new season of cards? The new Mexican season cards will come in May. In May. If Daniele Verde is going to start, I think he's the best option, to be honest. And do we dare go back to a Brunetta captain? And then that's in Division 2. And then in Division 3, I guess we just do the Necaxa boys. Unsane. Oh, this is where I need a Tigres. Yeah, I'll play Aquino. Pallavicino, Paradella. And Hergota or Calidio, both of whom have kind of struggled a little bit. And you always captain Pallavicino. And that's it. That's all I can play. Because I don't have another in-season goalie until the K-League starts up. Toby said, you have time until Schmidt plays. The new cards in Argentina will go down in price until then, and then you can get a defender from there or an in-season Nagoya defender. That's true, too. I could do that. The good thing is I know absolutely nothing about the J-League, so I'm definitely into buying a Nagoya collection. So in Challenger, in-season, I don't think I have a D3 now, even though or a D2. 2-3-3 didn't. Oh, no. Wait a minute. What do we have again? Challenger in season. So I have a 2-2-3-3, right? Instead of 2-2-3. God, that's annoying. But we go. So we've got Ghent at home against Anderlecht, which isn't great. And we've got Genk at home against Beerschot, which is awesome. So we'll just jam those guys in. Do we like Kayembe over Smets? I feel like Smets is struggling a little bit. They're both quite good. And frankly, maybe we play both. I still don't have a Hanen. But maybe I don't need one. Stoikers. And our last one, let me get the Get these other cards out of the way. So we've got a 4-player gank stack. And we could play Jacob Briam home against FC Twente, Mats Kollert at home against Fortuna. That seems pretty good. Kayembe to just make it a full 5-player stack. We've got Haspelat away to Kortrijk. El Korani away to Zwolle. Man. Di Maria against whoever. Those Ghent guys can go fuck off. I kind of like Kollert, but I'm just such a sucker for set pieces, which is why I have him above Kayembe or Haspelat. I mean, Haspelat has them too. I mean, this gank game, like, that's not a better matchup, right? Tobe said it's probably Di Maria if he starts. Maybe. I don't think this is the popular gank stack. Like if you were going to do a 5-player gank stack. And I do have 5% collection bonus, but as you see, my guys, Penders is the oldest card I have. Stoikers, actually, I'm fairly certain I just boosted that Stoikers card, which is why it's at 15.5. I started using some of my level ups just because. So yeah, I boosted this one to level 11. So yeah, 15.5%. So maybe we'll go Kollert here. We'll captain Stoikers. All right, so that's the first lineup. The second one, sorry, let me get this. I don't think Ghent makes the list. So basically the options are Ghent at home against Anderlecht, Sparta at home against Groningen, or Utrecht away to Zwolle. So it feels like it should be a Sparta week. And I'm such a sucker for combos that like I will probably not play El Korani with Olai because I know I'm going to I would play him with Barkas, but I like Olai better. Let's see, Haspelat. Maybe we'll play Di Maria here if he starts. And then we don't have pick scores yet because of this weird midweek. Toby said, speaking of Sparta, you have a Bass in season 2 for contender now, right? I do. But I generally think he's pretty bad. So we'll see. Maybe it works out for him. Tom Hay at home against Warwick. He's starting to pick it up a little bit. Even had a big chance created. Do we play a little cheeky Tom Hay here? It's Hay, Van Aken against at Antwerp. Maybe that. Can we get away with something here? I don't even know who to captain. Let's go Haspo for now. And then for the other one, we've got Barkas and El Korani. Karupti said Haymaker for sure. Love that. Durs TFT, is there a secret pick score even if it's not shown before that game week? Not really. Not really. Like it's incomplete because we don't have all the data. And maybe we just play the Lord here because you just always play the Lord. And then Briam. And now we can play whoever we want. Dushari, Hrosovsky, Negley. Negley's not bad. Coming off a tough one against AZ. Maybe Negley. That's an interesting. I didn't think about him until now. Sorry for those listening. I'm just scrolling. Yeah, let's play Negley. Where did he go? Here we go. Maybe I'll captain El Karani. He's just fun. So there we go. I already have some rare lineup saves, so apologies for those getting in the way. Here we go. So D2 gang stack with Kohlert, Penders, Smets, Eloadi, Stoikers, and Kohlert. That's lemon, excuse me. Kumquat is Olai, Kayembe, Haspelat, Di Maria, and Tom Hay. And lime is Barkas, El Kouani, Vanakin, Brium, and Negley, which Toby said is definitely winning. What are we winning? What can we win in game week 50? In Challenger, let's see. Division 2, that first lineup, can win $320. And if we go back here to our Challenger in-season challenge, oh, that's rare, excuse me. We're at 310. So winning 320 would be really helpful. For sure. And if they finish, I only have one in Division 2. So Division 3, the top prize is $150, $100 for second. So even if I go first and second, we still have room to, well, actually, that's $250. And I already had 50, so there's 300, 310, $310. What did I say my total cost was? $310.05. So I'd be 5 cents short. It would be really funny if I did that. I finished first and second in Division 3 and then was like still short and never won again. Like surely there's humor in that. And I don't think I'm winning contender. Division 2 and 3, let's see what those are paying. By the way, this is why this new design is nice. It's not new anymore, but Division 2 and contender is 300, so it's the same. And Division 3 is less, 120 and 80 for second place. Oh, wait, I only have one Division 3. I have a Division 5? Yuck. So yeah, that's what I got going this weekend. Durr said, I wonder when Van Krombrugge will return. Is he going? Has he been on the bench or no? The people who say that Penders, like I've seen multiple people say like Penders is a start. Yeah, like he is on the bench. Van Krombrugge. That's because I own his super rare. So we'll see. I think it's Penders' job right now. But yeah, so that's it. So the podium certainly helped on the contender side, and we're still really, really struggling in Challenger. Maybe that turns around this weekend. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have anybody for the midweek stuff in terms of limited in season, so I didn't even go into it because I didn't buy those cards. Maybe I will next time. I don't know. We'll see. It is 5 minutes until Quinny and Harry do their deadline show for this Wednesday game week, and I want to go watch it, so I'm going to stop this stream so that we can all go watch. We can 4 minutes. We can go get a new drink, use the toilet, and then we can sit down and enjoy those two guys. And if you're watching this later, you don't have to do that. It'd be weird to go back and watch theirs, but although people do. So anytime those two get together, we should all be watching. So thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like this stream, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Shout out to that guy, Quinny. And yeah, go check them out. Good luck with all of your midweeks, all your midweek stuff. I'll be back tomorrow for Sorare Andrews. I don't know if we have to adjust the time or not for all of these competitions and all that. So stay tuned for that. And